So the ultimate goal is, I mean, right now it's just nothing, but what would be cool to do is, I saw this on Tricky Gym, and basically what happens is each person's mic'd up, so they can hear a conversation. They have a camera up top, camera on each person, and then he has a deck where he like, okay, here's my top 10 cards or whatever. So then when they play the card, he clicks it and it pops up for people to see it. And then yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's ultimately what I want to get done. So all right. Let's play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle because there was no mana rock, no mana.
I got one land that I can't even use, and
How'd you get something they can't even use?
Temple of the False God. Needs 5 lands and play to even to activate, but it taps for 2.
Okay.
But if I don't have enough lands, I need 5 other, I need 4 other lands plus 8. Soul Ring on a land if you have a bunch of other lands.
So it's like a mid-game.
Extra land. So it's good at that point, but not so good in your opening hand. Doesn't do very much for you.
All right. That's what I looked at too. I'm like, yeah.
Ugly, but I'll try it.
All right.
All right. Grab a dice and roll for turn.
13. Lucky 13.
With a 4.
Woo woo. All right. I need to get my life counter out. All right. All right. So you're off to the side. Draw for turn. All right. And you go. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Pretty much. All right. Let's start with planes and pass turn.
Would you look at that? Your turn.
Yeah, okay, that's good too. All right, and then I'll drop a mountain for turn. I'm just gonna cycle my fend off.
What does the fend off do?
If I cast it, target creature deals no combat damage this turn.
Okay, I guess I'll go. Hey, guess what? Your turn.
Oh, this is an exciting game we have right here.
Oh, just you wait.
Swamp. I've got all 3 colors now. It's all over. And I pass my turn.
Ooh, daggers. All right. Now, I will actually do something.
I don't believe you.
Tap everything. Thorn of the Black Rose.
Ooh.
And guess what that makes me?
Oh, that makes me the monarch.
Makes me the monarch. So that means, and then my turn, I get to draw.
That's fun.
And it's yours.
Draw. Non-monster card. I'll play my Privilege Pathway as a plains. And then I'm going to cast my commander.
Oh, wow.
And pass my turn.
Jeez Louise.
I didn't even ramp. Oh, did you draw your extra card at the
Yep.
end of your turn? Okay.
Yep.
And we have added a new rule to the play table as regards to takebacks.
Oh, wait, hold on. Time out. You're making up rules on me?
Oh, not making. I just didn't tell you this. We don't have to play it in this game, but you know how we used to have the Frosty rule?
Sure.
Where it was if you had to take back something from your turn, you owe everybody a Frosty. It was more of a just a joke than anything. It was something Donnie and his play group used to do. And we adapted it, more of a joke. But now
I guess it never really.
We have the new system. It is called the fucking Lucky Counters. So you get 3 of them. You need to take back some from your turn? Go ahead. You don't have to, really screw the play group. You're just using one of them. You have 2 of them for free. If you use that third one, next time you come to the table, you have to bring like donuts or cookies or something for everybody. You have to bring something for everybody. So the first 2 are for free, but if you ever burn that third one, you owe everybody. It's a fun little added dynamic to the playgroup, actually.
All right. Crypt.
Did it?
I'm attacking with my Thorn of the Black Rose. 1. It's a 1/3.
Oh, okay. Then, well, we have an open blue mana. I don't trust it. I'll take that damage. Not that I think you can do anything with that you're going to do anything with that blue mana, but I don't trust you.
Why don't you trust me?
I'm assuming that was the end of your turn with that draw.
Yes.
That's just not fair.
Now remember what kind of deck I'm playing.
I know. I didn't intend things to go the way they go.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes it can be that way. You know? Now we're going to play my Bright Climb pathway instead as a Grim Climb pathway, so it's a swamp.
Swamp.
And then
Swamp.
let's have 2 red and play my Feather the Redeemed.
A tree 4? Is that all it is with flying?
Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature I control, exile that card instead of putting it into my graveyard. As a result, if I do, return it to my hand at the beginning of my next end step. So it recurs any instants or sorceries that I use that target my things. This is actually Sam's commander. I use it as part of my deck.
What does he do?
What does my collie do? You're about to see. So I'm going to move to combat now. Hi, Sam. Look who I just played. Wow. And I move to combat, and then I swing with Kalia on the attack. I play Avacyn, Angel of Hope.
Wow.
Who is also attacking you. So you have 10 damage coming at you in the air, and all of my permanents are now indestructible.
Fucking A.
Pass my turn.
Piss me in.
I just put my Scroll Rack, my Sarah's Emissary, and my Feather deck now. So
Let's go.
and that Aetherflux Reservoir.
All right.
And I have the Arid Mason for you.
So I basically, everything's indestructible. So I have to somehow.
You have to either exile or bounce. Or sacrifice would work too. Which Dimir has access to.
All right.
I didn't want to do that, but I drew her.
I'm going to start with Anticipate.
Okay.
I do have a floating swamp because I tapped it. So I get to look at top 3.
They're great.
I get to put 1 in my hand, 2 on the bottom. All right.
These cardboard pieces.
No! Fabled Passage for my land.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to sacrifice.
Every time someone plays a Fabled Passage early, like as if you play it before it untapped or does the second effect, the card comes into play tapped, or the mana comes into play tapped. So if you actually read it,
Right.
yeah. So if you play it on like turn 1 or 2, you don't have enough lands for that to not trigger. I always give everyone crap whenever they do that when they use it. Like it's, I know. Oh, other people have done it too. I give everyone crap. Josh did it last week. I gave him crap too. Don't you worry.
All right. So blue on. I have more than 4. So everything on taps.
Not everything. Just it. Just the land.
Oh.
Just the land that came from the Fabled Passage.
Okay. So this island now is untapped.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's why it's better than Terramorphic or Evolving if you have enough lands. Yeah, it doesn't untap all your stuff. That'd be
Why not?
insane.
Insane in the membrane.
That'd be literally the best search land or fetch land that exists in the game. If it did that.
So, all right. So I gotta somehow bounce or exile.
or sacrifice. It's fun when he gets in my windows. In my window.
All right.
What are you doing that?
Portal shot.
What are you doing that bad for? Did you have the mana to play that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because remember, I got floating because of Crypt.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No, there's no one on here. That's fine.
I'm showing off my purge game.
It's okay. This is more of like a test run.
Yeah.
Okay, how does it work? How does and then
I didn't think Kalia would fight. I even took a bad hand. I only had a white and a red.
I hate to say this, but go.
And then I drew the third color I needed, and then I drew Avacid.
It's like I want to see what camera works. I want to see the mic works. I want to see everything.
Here's that land I was talking about. It's not my fault. And then, all right. I guess I will then proceed to move to combat.
Of course, they're flying, aren't they?
Swing with just Kalia.
And then
As,
Southern
she
comes in.
swings, Violet's broker.
And there's another 10.
That's 10. And then pass my turn.
Are you the monarch?
He is the monarch.
Oh, I forgot to draw for the last one. Oh well.
If you want to draw that extra card, that's fine.
Josh played something that made him the monarch, and then he died, and Noah and I both forgot to draw every single time.
When you stole the monarch back for him. From him.
Thank you. This is pretty much why I wore down St. Lucia for 2 weeks.
That's perfect vacation.
Are they both flying? Fudge.
Everything I have is flying.
I do have flying in this deck because I knew it screwed me over in the past. So I do have flying.
Flying screws a lot of people over.
Problem is I have 0 flying right now. And I have something that would work. He's doing nothing right now, right?
Mhm.
He's just there.
Mhm.
I can't bounce him to your hand. You just go to the command zone, right?
No, you can't bounce him to my hand.
He can take it to his hand or send it to me.
Okay.
On bounce, is that how that works? No, I think with bounces it forces to hand, doesn't it?
I thought it was just whenever it leaves the field.
Well, because I know like Chaos Warp does make it shuffle to your deck. You don't get to choose. It does get shuffled. And I'm pretty sure bouncing commanders is the same thing. Because it's not dying. It's not being exiled or destroyed. I believe bounce does go through with commanders. But
so
check on that.
First things first, I'm going to sacrifice this guy, get 3 more cards.
Okay. But yeah, I think you can bounce commanders without them going to command zone. And even if they do, well, you'd want you can't. Or no, I think you do get to choose, but usually you just let them go to your hand because why would you purposely let the command tags?
MTG Online, you can choose if it goes to your hand or command zone.
Yes, so it is. Yeah, so generally you just let it go to your hand because then it doesn't incur the commander tax.
Right.
So you just let it go.
But if you have a full hand and you want to keep all your cards.
Yeah, I could screw you in that way, but yeah, so you can bounce her if you want to. And I would choose if she goes to the command zone.
The rule states that whenever the commander changes zones, you may, as a replacement effect, have that commander go to the command zone.
Yeah, the one thing that stops it is shuffling into deck, like Chaos Warp. I was so annoyed when that happened on my Sisei that game.
Also,
and I looked into it, but I'm like, yep, that does work.
Also, if it is in your hand and you discard it, that is a zone change. So you can send it from the discard to your command zone.
Also, you could pitch it as it for like another cost without technically losing it because you can just let it go to the command
But that would
zone.
still incur the tax.
It would incur the tax.
So I just put
the tax every time you play it.
I just put a Lurking Deadeye on.
So I guess if you send it from the command zone to your hand and discarded it, it would still be the base cost.
So what does that do?
Basically, when enters the battlefield, destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn.
Oh, which
None.
that wouldn't matter anyway because everything's indestructible.
All right. I am attacking with Lurking Deadeye and Thorn of Black Rose.
How much damage?
5.
Letting it through. 30.
Fuck. So I'm gonna get rid of you.
That was a end of turn discard.
Yeah. Discard you. And discard you since you have 0 importance in this one because nothing can freaking die.
I mean, yeah.
So I basically got 2 more turns to.
I mean, I have lethal on board, so I have 21 in the air right now. Not to mention whatever else I play that on the attack, assuming I have something to play. I did not intend for that to go that way. Like I said, I took a crafty hand because I thought it would go slow.
But you pulled it perfect.
I drew
because I had
perfect.
gust of wind.
Non-land permanent. Don't control. I don't understand. Okay, I mean that would have.
That's what I was thinking with the commander.
Okay, actually, what you probably would have done bounce her, because then that unindestructible's on my shit.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
That I didn't know that's where the indestructible came from.
Oh yeah.
And then
sorry, you had 3 counters in hand.
That's what I was like. You weren't playing any.
Because I'm not playing anything. This deck card counter's yours because I don't actually play anything or cast anything.
Yeah, so
I only put from hand. I don't really cast. I was planning to cast something this turn you could have counterspelled, but just because I had the mana to do it, I was just gonna. What I was planning to do was just tap and play my Blood Gift Demon, and then on the attack, Scion of Draco. And then if you would have managed to actually find some way to get rid of her and try and destroy something, I could just exile it and then it comes back and then Feather recurs that.
What stinks is what I should have done is got my commander out like 2-3 rounds ago. Because what happens is when it comes into play, you put the top 4 cards of each library into the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to choose a creature with an even converted mana cost from among those cards into the battlefield under my control.
Exactly. It's those kind of effects that are really fun on budget decks because, again, you play against decks like these and you get to steal my big guys. Like, say I didn't draw Avacyn, and say you pitched her to the graveyard and then you stole her. All your stuff's now indestructible.
Right.
How do I deal with that?
Yep. And then there's actually a couple other ones I have.
I mean, she's flying too.
True. So.
No, I mean, I have exiled stuff. There are ways that I could deal with it. It's just like, that you could do dumb stuff like that, and that's what I love about the steal effects for budget decks. Is like, oh, you're playing this